Good morning, Kim. Good morning, Anne. Good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing? Good morning, Nina. How is everyone doing? We're going to get started here in just a second. How was your weekend? How is your Monday going so far? I'm still waking up. I'm drinking my water, my morning water, and I am dressed to do my workout. The weekend is never long enough. It really never is. Good morning, Tiffany. It never is. How many of you have realized that this is the 50th week of the month? Or week of the year, week of the month. This is the second week of the month, right? Yeah. This is the 50th week of the year. We are in week 50. Good morning, Andrea. How are you? Yeah, we are at week 50. 2 down, or 2 more to go. I looked at my planner. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. We're already at 50. So there's that. There's that. The weekend is never long enough. Good morning. Excuse me. Hold on. Okay, there we go. There we go. So yeah, we are week 50, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. We only have 2 more weeks left in the year. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Darlene. Thank you. You're on your iPad again. You wonder whatever happened to Richard Branson's idea of a 3-day weekend? He had, what did he, I know the name. I don't know what he was saying about the 3-day weekend. Good morning, Diane. Yeah. Well, we're getting depending on how your work schedule goes, we'll get a little bit sort of a 4-day weekend with Christmas. I think all my family is off on the Friday after Christmas, so I think we'll get a little extra time there, which will be fun. Okay, we are going to read Psalm 68. This one's a little bit long, so we're going to go ahead for this. This is called God's Majestic Power. For those of you who might be new, I am reading from this volume, Psalms of the Bible, published by Holman. If you're interested in taking a look at it, it is linked on my website in my favorites. Psalm 68, this is God's Majestic Power. For the choir director, a Psalm of David, a song. God arises, his enemies scatter, and those who hate him flee from his presence. As smoke is blown away, so you blow them away. As wax melts before the fire, so the wicked are destroyed before God. But the righteous are glad. They rejoice before God and celebrate with joy. Sing to God, sing praises to his name. Exalt him who rides on the clouds. His name is the Lord. and celebrate before him. God in his holy dwelling is a father of the fatherless and a champion of widows. He provides homes for those who are deserted. He leads out the prisoners to prosperity, but the rebellious live in a scorched land. Verse 7. God, when you went out before your people, when you marched through the desert, Selah, the earth trembled and the skies poured rain before God, the God of Sinai, before God, the God of Israel. You, God, showered abundant rain. You revived your inheritance when it languished. Your people settled in. God, you provided for the poor by your goodness. The Lord gave the command. A great company of women brought the good news. The kings of the armies flee, they flee. She who stays at home divides the spoil. While you lie among the sheep pens, the wings of a dove are covered with silver, and its feathers with glistening gold. When the Almighty scattered kings in the land, it snowed on Zalman. Mount Bashan is God's towering mountain. Mount Bashan is a mountain of many peaks. Why gaze with envy, you mountain peaks, at the mountain God desired for his abode? The Lord will dwell there forever. God's chariots are tens of thousands, thousands and thousands. The Lord is among them in the sanctuary, as he was at Sinai. You ascended to the heights, taking away captives. You received gifts from people, even from the rebellious, so that the Lord God might dwell there. Blessed be the Lord. Day after day, he bears our burdens. Day after day, he bears our burdens. God is our salvation. Selah. Our God is a God of salvation, and escape from death belongs to the Lord, my Lord. Surely goodness. I was thinking of Psalm 23. Surely God crushes the heads of his enemies, the hairy brow of one who goes on in his guilty acts. Verse 22, the Lord said, I will bring them back from Bashan. I will bring them back from the depths of the sea, so that your foot may wade in blood and your dogs' tongues may have their share from their enemies. People have seen your procession, God, the procession of my God, my King in the sanctuary. Singers lead the way with musicians following. Among them are young women playing tambourines. Bless God in the assemblies. Bless the Lord from the fountain of Israel. There is Benjamin, the youngest, leading them, the rulers of Judah in their assembly, the rulers of Zebulun, the rulers of Naphtali. I don't always pronounce that the same every time. Anyway, verse 28. Your God has decreed your strength. Show your strength, God, you who have acted on our behalf because of your temple. Verse 28. Your God has decreed your strength. Show your strength, God, you who have acted on our behalf. Because of your temple at Jerusalem, kings will bring tribute to you. Rebuke the beast in the reeds, the herd of bulls with the calves of the people. Trample underfoot those with bars of silver. Scatter the peoples who take pleasure in war. Ambassadors will come from Egypt. Cush will stretch out his hands to God. Sing to God, you kingdoms of the earth. Sing praises to the Lord, Selah. To him who rides in the ancient highest heavens. Look, he thunders with his powerful voice. Ascribe power to God. His majesty is over Israel. His power is among the clouds. God, you are awe-inspiring in your sanctuaries. The God of Israel gives power and strength to his people. Blessed be God. That was quite a dramatic psalm. So there's so much imagery here, and some of it goes right over my head because I don't necessarily know all of the cultural references or location references, but David is absolutely trying to paint a vivid, dramatic picture of God's majestic power, and I think it needs like a soundtrack. It needs like a really big soundtrack. That's one of the things I was thinking. But anyway, beautiful psalm. That was Psalm 68, Psalm of David. Okay. Good morning to those who have joined us. We have Ruben, Janet. Teacup with honey, please remind me your name. I'm so sorry. My brain is always slow in the morning. Okay. Let us move on to our question for the morning. Oh, I need to get our Advent cards, which are on my kitchen table, I think. Hold on. Yeah. Give me 1 second, you guys. Claudine, that's right. Thank you, Claudine. Give me 1 second. I'm going to go grab the Advent cards. Okay. We have our Advent conversation cards. Here I thought I was so smart. Not smart, but like so on top of it for grabbing my other card decks. And I forgot to get the one that mattered today. Okay, so we are in the second week of Advent. Let's see what we got here. Some of these cards are a little deep for a discussion like this and in this kind of forum, because I know you guys have to type. Let's see. What? Okay. I should pick these. All right, we'll do this one. And last week, Cindy K just said, just do more than one. Oh, I'm so sorry about that, Tiffany. It's only December and you're feeling the seasonal effect blahs. Well, what I do, this doesn't work for everybody, but what I do, good morning, Alma, is I just play music. Just flood my day with music as much as I can. Okay, we'll do these two. Okay, we'll do these two. Jesus, oh, what a wonderful child. Okay, here we go. Here we go. All right, so this week is peace, I believe, right? This is the week of peace for Advent. Peace is one of the weekly themes of Advent. Why do you think that is, and what does it mean to you? That's a lot to type. So if you're going to pick one, then my suggestion, if you would like, would be to answer the question, what does peace mean to you? What does peace mean to you? Peace for me just means an absence of anxiety. That's the first thing I can think of. I do get anxious about things still. Oh, I like that. I do get anxious about things. And with anxiety, and I'm not going to say like I have anxiety in a like any clinical sense. That's not what I'm saying. I just don't know that for sure, and I don't want to take on and trivialize something that people really do have a challenge with. So that's not what I'm saying. But when I do experience anxiety, it's because personally, it has a lot to do with just not having all the information and then worrying about the stuff that I don't know. It has to do with being overwhelmed. So if there's too much on my plate or I can't handle, X, Y, and Z or whatever, then I get anxious about that. Then there's multiple other things, but peace for me is just being free of all being free of all of that, and being okay with, I can't control, I don't know everything, but that's okay, like for a particular situation, and that's okay. Just letting God be God and have control over it, and handling what is not within my purview to handle, you know? There's just some things that I can't, that they're not mine to deal with, and that's okay. And for somebody who is a people pleaser, and I don't know if I'm type A, I'm the oldest sibling, or the older sibling of two. I don't know, sometimes being the older can kind of lead to just kind of wanting to make things right and keep things in order. I don't know. So yeah, that was rambly. I apologize, but yeah, those are the thoughts that were coming to my mind. Peace means you let God handle it. Peace means calm no matter the circumstances. Yes. Darlene, I find peace when I'm accepting of things as they are without worry, but instead finding ways to be content. Ooh, contentedness has a lot to do with peace, I think. Those are good. Peace is security. Oh, peace is security. It really is. It really, really is. Tiffany, I did see your comment earlier. Anyone still go out to look at neighborhood Christmas lights? We haven't yet. It was funny. This is sort of related to your question. The answer to your question for me is I have not yet, and I don't remember if we did go out purposely to look at lights last year. I know people still do, and there are places around, like in my local city area, where people do that, because there are neighborhoods that are specifically just beautiful. But it's funny because last night, my husband and I were driving home, and we saw like a little community that just had some beautiful lights. And it reminded me of when I used to go door dashing. I door dashed for a little bit. And in the wintertime, during Christmas time, I was able to drive around some beautiful neighborhoods, gorgeous neighborhoods, like expensive neighborhoods that that had some beautiful lights. And it was almost like the perk of dashing at night was that you got to see all the beautiful Christmas lights. So that was a little bit of a perk. Okay. The next question, I'm gonna alter it a little bit. In 1 to 2 words, okay, this is my alteration. In 1 to 2 words, what do you hope the next year holds? See if you can summarize that in 1 to 2 words. And this is, and you can apply this in any way, shape, or form. So in 1 to 2 words, what do you hope the next year holds in your relationships, in your work? Like, it doesn't have to be like the year in general, because that's a lot. For like growth or your personal life, like you apply this however you want. But in 1 to 2 words, what do you hope the next year holds? Healing grace. Oh, I like that. Adventure. I like that. Lovely, lovely. I would say I have a sense of a word and I just can't capture it. Health. Oh, good one. Good one. I have a sense of a word, but I can't capture it. I would say strength and strength. Ruben, that's too many words, dude. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. My relationship with Christ just gets stronger, more deeper, and more relational. That's great. That's as it should be. Strength is one. Strength and slow. Slowness and strength. I put a lot of elbow grease into this year, and I know I will next year, but I hope it's a different pace. I need it to be a slower pace, and I'm trying to build physical strength. So I'm gonna do those. Those two are what I'm shooting for. Tiffany, 2 words. I'm just kidding. God's presence. Feeling more of God's presence. That's great. That's great. I'm just kidding, you guys. I put the boundary lines on the word count because I didn't want you to overthink it, or take too much time trying to explain too much. So that's why. But if the words are there, definitely use them. I was super busy this year. Inner calmness. I like that. I like that. Oh, there it is. Okay, let us talk about our priorities. How did we do last week? Focused and disciplined. Ooh, that is really good. Focused and disciplined. Focus was my word of the year a handful of years ago, I think. That's a really good word. I like that word. Shalom is a feeling of wholeness that helps you not just go. No, sorry. Shalom helps you not just go around being defensive, offended, and unhinged about things that don't go my way. Helped in your marriage a bunch. Okay. Shalom is a great word. If you have not yet, here on YouTube, check out Bible Project's Shalom video word study video. I'll pop it here in the chat. It is a fascinating word. Shalom Bible Project. It means peace, but not just in the sense that we often think peace. It's a fantastic word, and they do a great job explaining it. So I'm going to pop this here in the chat. This is from Bible Project Shalom. Okay, there you go. Check that out. And it's not very long. It's 3.5 minutes, or a little bit, 3 minutes and some change. Very good. Yes, this is good. He isn't promising a spa day. He's promising, am I saying this right? Nuach, a place where your soul isn't running, defending, proving, or hiding, a place where you can finally be. I love that. Okay, so how did we do with our priorities last week? I didn't have my planner on me when I was doing the Monday morning show last week. Is that what I'm finding? I don't know why. So I wrote things down in a notebook, and let's see if I can find whatever I wrote down. I don't even think this is the right notebook. So the reason why I say that, well, no, I don't know what I was doing last week. Because I have one thing written down, and the thing is I didn't get that one thing done. I don't remember what else I had on my list. Okay, we're just going to pretend. Okay, or just keep going, not pretend. We're just going to keep going, keep it moving. Okay, so for this week, I've been saying I need to record for the past 2-3 weeks, and I have not recorded anything. And I'm way past due to record flip through videos of my planners, like this one. I have not done my flip of that. But the thing is, I've been kind of sometimes when you're putting a planner system together, for those of you who are in the planner community, you know this, you can have oh, here are my tools. I've decided which books I'm going to use, so on and so forth. But sometimes it takes a little extra thinking through the process and fine tuning it. And that's kind of where I've been hanging out. And the hard part about being a content creator is I kind of have to be ahead of maybe the pace I would naturally go at. I can't just think at the natural pace I would necessarily function. I have to think in terms of creating content around the thing that I'm doing in my real life. And that throws a whole spin on it that's not always natural. I don't love it, but that's what I've chosen to do with my life. So I have to move with it. So I say all of that to say, sorry, I'm rambling, that I'm past due to do these flip through videos, but I'm not quite ready yet because there's still some things I'm thinking through. Also, I didn't think I would do this, but I am trying very intentionally to add Notion as the digital piece to my planner system. I've been using Notion for the past couple of years, but I've always just been tinkering with it and I've been tinkering with a system. I haven't quite nailed it down yet. For those of you who don't know, Notion is a software that you can use, a web-based software, app-based software that you can use to build pretty much anything you want in terms of like, it's kind of like Evernote and a couple of other things combined. But where other apps have functionalities already built in, like here's how you do your habit tracking, or here's how you log information, or here are your lists and whatnot. Notion, you have to build it yourself. So it's just a blank canvas where you can take pieces and build whatever you want. And that stuff takes time. So I've been fiddling with it for years now. And this time around, I'm like, you know what? I really want to nail something down for myself because I love the tool. I just haven't quite put it to use in the way that I need to. I say all that to say that I have not filmed video. I said all of that to say that I have not filmed any videos, and I'm like, I gotta get it done, but at the same time, I'm like, but I'm just not ready yet. I don't want to talk and not actually be ready to talk about it. So, all right, okay, Kim, your 2 words: structure and calm. I like that. I like that. Good morning. Jesus is my one thing. What is your given name? I like your handle. Jesus is my one thing. Amen. Hallelujah. What is your given name? Okay. Or what do you like to be called? Either way. Darlene. Okay. You managed to get all 3 done last week. Awesome. Okay. So this week, catch up with Bible studies. Finish decluttering and decorating for the winter. Work on handmade Christmas gifts. Love it. It was a productive week. You did not touch your priorities that you wrote down, but you got some clarity on a couple of projects. Nice. And that's also the lovely thing about setting priorities. They give us a direction, but you are not married to them, right? You can pick the things that need to get done. You can do the things that need to get done. Okay, so this week I did work out 3 times last week. I think I worked out 3 times last week, which is big for me because I had not worked out since August. I had not worked out regularly since August. So I'm very glad that I worked, and I'm enjoying it too. I started doing step aerobics. And it's been so much fun. My little step thing came in and I'm super enjoying it. It's kicking my tail. And it's good. Okay. You started your family Advent devotion and used your planners more. Love that. Love that. Okay. So this week, man, I did work on my website. That was good work. Okay. You plan to use Notion for the first time for content planning. Nice. I will be using Notion as my digital version of all planning stuff. The cool thing about Notion, that's not like new yesterday, but relatively new, is they have their own calendar app. It's been around for a while, but I can link my Google Calendar to it. I don't use my Google Calendar too terribly often, but I do like having it. But I'm going to link any calendar pieces that I have, digital calendar pieces that I have, to Notion, and I'm going to have everything in Notion. So as my digital calendar. So one of the things that I know none of you asked for this, but I'm just saying it out loud because I'm still working through it. One of the things, and hopefully this might maybe trigger some your own thoughts as you're thinking about how you want to plan next year. But one of the things I struggle with is the fact that I can have for instance, appointments on my calendar, right? So I have to go here or I have to be at this Zoom call or whatever. So I can have appointments on my schedule. But then I have, if I'm on top of my game, I have whatever chores or household tasks assigned to a particular day. And then I have content that's supposed to come out on a particular day, or I'm working on a deadline and I have a due date or something like that. If if my calendar, if my main calendar only has appointments, that's typically what happens. I'll have like my main calendar, that's what this is, and it just has my appointments, then I don't have any consideration like, oh, I just have to be here at 3 o'clock. But I don't have any documentation or a cue to remember that also I have 2 pieces of content that are coming out, or I have to publish this thing in the morning, or I have 3 household tasks that I had to roll over from the previous day because I didn't get it done the previous day. You see what I'm saying? So I'm trying to get all my home, personal, and work stuff all on the same page, which I normally wouldn't do, but I want it all on the same space. I have a screen over here, my other monitor, or my monitor. I want it all in the same space so I get a better sense of, not only do I have to physically be here, but here are the other things that are happening that either got pre-scheduled or um, queued or whatever, or here's what else is going on in the home, or running errands, groceries, all that kind of stuff. I have not been good at doing that in the past. And so I'm going to use Notion to hold all that information. I can't do it on paper because one calendar spread can't hold all that information, but I can do it digitally. So that's what I'm planning to do. Oh, yes, it is Power Sheets Prep Week. It really is. I don't know if I'm going to do it because I don't plan on setting any new big goals, like yearly goals, until the spring. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see if I have the brain power for it. I really should. I really, really should. Okay. Good morning, Lori. Okay. Here we go. Your coworker bought a pedal, like bicycle pedals for under your desk. Oh, yeah. I've seen those. Okay, It's kind of like a stationary bike, but just the foot part, just the pedal part. Okay. Treadmills. Yeah. You love, you hate. Yeah. Balance is horrible on a treadmill. It does take practice. I've seen people. So I have a treadmill pad under my desk that I bring out. And so I'll stand, my desk rises. And so I'll stand and work. But the desk gives me some stability because I can kind of hold on to it, right? But I've seen people use the walking pad without anything, and they're just like walking along. I've done it once while watching TV. I almost fell. I was like, I don't know if I'm made for this. Excuse me. You're getting locks installed. Nice. Content planning. Okay, this is this week. Okay. Content planning, website tasks, taking your boys shopping with your husband for them to buy gifts for each other. That's so sweet. And then finalize birthday plans. Fun. No, you're not the only one. You're not the only one, Tiffany. Okay, so my top 3. I would say this is so hard. You get to that point in the month where you're like, I have 50 things. How do I just choose 3? Honestly, okay, so I do need to work on the website. That's a non-negotiable. Website. Oh! I have some stuff to put in Etsy before the year is up. Yeah, and I should do that now. Okay, we're going to do that. Etsy. Okay, I'm going to sneak a 4th in there. I really do need to work on Notion. Okay. There we go. Website. I have some stuff to throw into Etsy. and then videos and Notion. Those are my top 4. Those are my top 4. Yikes. Okay. Okay. I'm going to need to create a page for today. What's the day today? The 8th. My goodness. Okay. Right there. All right. Those are my priorities. If you guys still are working on your priorities list and you still want to pop them in, feel free to do so. But I'm going to move on. Excuse me. Let's talk books. Let's talk books. Y'all throw some colors in there. I'll throw some colors in there in the chat. Let's see what we got. We are going to get to a point very soon where I'm just going to have to start picking books regardless of color options because I'm running out of recommendations. I just full disclosure, I wouldn't necessarily recommend every single book on my shelves. So that's just where I'm at. I wouldn't necessarily recommend every book on my shelf to a general audience with no context. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes not every book is for everybody. So that's why I have to be a little choosy. If I had the time, what would be my next read? Good question. Last week we talked about the book I'll Have What She's Having. I haven't even put it back on my shelves yet. This one, we talked about this one last week. And we actually, my husband and I ended up watching You Got Mail. Yes, You Got Mail, which is one of the books, or one of the movies that was mentioned in that book. I feel like maybe I would pick that one up. But I feel like I want something of a bit more substance. I'm actually in the middle of several books. I'm trying to read multiple books right now. I'm trying to read Babel by R.F. Kuang. Is that how you say it? I've started that one. I've also started. I think it's in the other room. I've started a couple of books and just haven't. I've been really flighty with my reading. I just haven't like sunk in and stayed. But I'd probably read that one, or I would read A Home for the Holidays, which we also talked about last week. I'll try to read something holiday related. I am listening to just a really light rom-com by Courtney Walsh. And I'm just lightly listening to it. It's called Christmas with a Crank. And it's very cheesy. But I expect that. Sometimes I listen to cheesy holiday rom-coms during December. I actually finished one. Somebody said Blue. I saw that. Tiffany, you said Blue. I did track that. I did clock that. I listened to, which one did I just finish? A Cross Country Christmas by Courtney Walsh. It was cute. I stopped one that I was reading one called Baggage Claim by Juliana Smith. I don't know how you guys feel. Like, okay, when it comes to, this is the tangent none of you asked for, I'm sorry. When it comes to rom-coms, I love me a good rom-com. I prefer low to no spice. Like Fade to Black, Closed Door, that kind of thing, you know? But at the same time, even if it's low spice or no spice, I get really uncomfortable when how do I say this? I get really comfortable when the author has the characters describing, and it's usually the guy. And maybe I'm not biased, but I have a double standard. When a guy describes the woman in too detailed language, like, you know, the guy is attracted to the girl, right? And then he's describing her too detailed. I don't know if this makes any sense. And I'm like, I don't need to know there's a way to describe attraction or to talk about attraction without being too detailed. Does that make sense? And so I had to stop the book because I was like, I don't I can't get with this is too and then my husband was in the room and I was playing it out loud. Usually I have my headphones on, but I was playing it out loud and I'm like, babe, when you were dating me, like when we were dating or just first meeting or whatever, like, is this how you didn't talk and every guy is different and I get that. But like, did you think of me in these terms? And he was like, no. Or I don't know. It was just kind of putting me off. So I just stopped listening to the book. I don't like it when the descriptions of the person get too detailed. There's not even any touching going on or anything. Like nothing physical is going on. But the way that the author has the characters describing each other, it's just it ugh. Anyway, just describe something else. If I had to okay. Have I read any of the Jonathan? Sorry, you guys did not ask for anything. Any of that. Have I let's see. Have I read any of the Jonathan Kahn books? The Harbinger. I've heard of The Harbinger. I have not read it. And I don't own it. You've been watching Sullivan's Crossing on Netflix and you noticed it's adapted from a book. Yes, I did know that Sullivan's Crossing is a book. I have not watched or read it. Let's see. You ordered a fun read for the holidays, Waiting for Nikki by Tasha Hackett. The first book, Waiting for Gilbert, was so much fun. Hallmark movie vibe. Ooh, I'll have to check that out. I wonder if I can get that on audio because right now audio is where it's at. Okay, for me, it's where it's at for me. Waiting for Nikki. Waiting for Gilbert. Tasha Hackett. I love when you all give book recommendations. Okay, so I only have one color. I'm gonna just pick some stuff. Okay, so blue is on the list. Blue is on the list. Let's see, what do we have in blue? I have not yet recommended, but would recommend. Darlene, do you know if we have done, I feel like we have, but do you know if we have done A Girl Called Samson? If you know, let me know. I don't have any I shouldn't say any, but I don't have many holiday picks. Ugh. Blue. Okay. Okay. I've got all blue books. Look at that. All blue books. Oh, yellow. Let's see if I can find a yellow. Oh, I have like 3 yellow books. I don't have a whole lot of well, okay. I do over there, but I've recommended pretty much all of them. Looks like I need to buy some yellow books, y'all. I'll do a repeat. I'll do a repeat because we've got some new people. Okay. You're not sure if we've done A Girl Called Samson. Okay, so we're going to do that one. All right, so I've got mostly blue and I've got a yellow. Audio usually puts you to sleep. Comes from your Nana reading to you at bedtime. Oh, that's so nice. That's great. That's great. Jonathan Kahn takes a long time to say the same thing repeatedly. Oh my goodness. But is it effective? I'm just kidding. Okay, this is a pretty yellow cover. Okay, so let's do some blue first, and I have a couple of different genres. This is a dark, I promise it's a dark blue. I have it filed under blue. You can kind of see it. This is called A Girl Called Samson, and it's based on a true story. I picked this up, I want to say last year or the year before. Still haven't read it yet. So for those of you who don't know, I do book recommendations from my shelves based on color because they're color coordinated color coordinated by genre. So I have different genres on different cases. Anyway, so I buy more books than I read. I buy faster than I read. So I give what I call light recommendations, which just means that's on my shelf because I'm interested in the book, because I thought it would be good, but I have not read it yet. I'll let you know if I read a book. If I have not read it yet, it's a light recommendation. So take it with a grain of salt. Just, know that it's not a fully vetted book. It's just a suggestion. You use your discernment to see if it's something you'd like. Okay. This is by Amy Harmon, A Girl Called Samson. It's a novel based on a real person. From New York Times bestselling author Amy Harmon comes a saga of a young woman who dares to chart her own destiny in life and love during the American Revolutionary War. In 1760, Deborah Samson was born to Puritan parents in Plimpton, Massachusetts. When her father abandons the family and her mother is unable to support them, Deborah is bound out as an indentured servant. From that moment on, she yearns for a life of liberation and adventure. 20 years later, as the American colonies begin to buckle in their battle for independence, Deborah, impassioned by the cause, disguises herself as a soldier and enlists in the Continental Army. Her impressive height and lanky build make her transformation a convincing one, and it isn't long before she finds herself confronting the horrors of war head on. But as Deborah fights for her country's freedom, she must contend with a secret of who she is, and ultimately, a surprising love she cannot deny. So, Deborah Samson, A Girl Called Samson by Anne Harmon. Or Amy Harmon, excuse me. So this is like Mulan set during the Revolutionary War, a similar story in that regard. Okay, next we have, and I don't remember if we talked about this, but this is Jojo Moyes of, if anybody knows Me Before You. If you know, you know. I've read some other books of hers, and she's a good writer. She's a really good writer. But this is called The Ship of Brides. Jojo Moyes, The Ship of Brides. An early novel from the New York Times bestselling author of The Giver of Stars, which I believe I also own. I think it's somewhere up there. It might be covered by that little art piece. But I'm pretty sure I own Giver of Stars. All right, 1946. 1946, World War II has ended, and all over the world, young women are beginning to fulfill the promise made to the men they wed in wartime. In Sydney, Australia, 4 women join 650 other war brides on an extraordinary voyage to England aboard HMS Victoria, which carries not just arms and aircraft, but also 1,000 naval officers. Rules are strictly enforced, but the men and the brides will find their lives intertwined despite of the Navy's ironclad sanctions. For Frances Mackenzie, the complicated young woman whose past comes back to haunt her, the journey will change her life in ways she could never have predicted forever. Okay, so there's a review here that says you'll need a boxes of Kleenex. So if you're ready to cry, then this is a good if you're ready to cry. So, The Ship of Brides by Jojo Moyes, another blue spine. We're going to move from fiction to nonfiction. I may have already recommended this, you guys. I'm thinking about the fact that we're getting into the new year. Okay. This is the plan. This is Kendra Adachi's latest book. I believe it's her latest book, The Plan. She wrote The Lazy Genius, and she has the podcast Lazy Genius, which I actually have never, I can't say I've never listened to it, but it's been a long time if I have. I have The Lazy Genius, still have not read it yet. But this book is The Plan, Manage Your Time Like a Lazy Genius. Okay. If productivity systems tend to let you down, reading The Plan will be such a relief. Most time management books leave you feeling inadequate, focusing on greatness and optimization. But what if you want to simply live your life without chasing productivity at every turn? Is there a way to manage your time without being at its mercy? Absolutely, and the plan will show you how. In her signature kind big sister style, Kendra Adachi offers a fresh take on managing your time. Using the memorable acronym PLAN, you will learn to prepare, live, adjust, and notice like a lazy genius, all through the lens of what matters to you in your current season. With the plan, you will discover 2 beliefs that will change your time management forever, integrate your hormones, personality, and life stages into your planning process, use the lighten the load framework to get your stuff done, experience freedom from the crushing pressure of greatness, potential, and hustle, and live wholeheartedly today. Refreshingly compassionate and immediately practical, the plan is what you have been waiting for. So, Kendra Adachi's The Plan, Manage Your Time Like a Lazy Genius. It does sound really good, and I need to read it. But this probably won't go on my list until January or February. January or February, as I am thinking through how to approach the spring. Yeah, because in the winter months, I'm not trying to change a whole lot, like, too drastically. All right, this one's for Christmas. This one's called The Carols of Christmas by Andrew Gant. I have recommended this before. A celebration of surprising stories behind your favorite holiday songs. And I'll read you a couple of the titles. We have songs like O Come, Emmanuel, O Christmas Tree, The Holly and the Ivy, I Saw Three Ships a sailing. But anyway, Good Christian Men Rejoice, While Shepherds Watched, O Holy Night, Ding Dong Merrily on High. I love that song. Angels from the Realms of Glory. I love that song too. I Wonder as I Wander, Hark the Herald Angels Sing, Good King Wenceslas. Yeah. Here We Come a Wassailing, The 12 Days of Christmas, What Child Is This? Jingle Bells, We Three Kings. What else did I skip? Oh Holy Night, Oh Come All Ye Faithful. So yeah, several songs that we're all mostly familiar with. You'll get the stories behind them, which is so much fun. The Carols of Christmas, a celebration of surprising stories behind your favorite holiday songs by Andrew Gant. Everyone loves a good Christmas carol. In the end, even Ebenezer Scrooge. Carols summon up a special kind of midwinter mood, mingled with the aroma of gingerbread and the twinkle of lights on a tree. It's a kind of magic. But how did that magic arise? Andrew Gant, former director of Her Majesty's Chapel Royal in Great Britain, provides the answers by revealing the surprising origin of 21 beloved carols, presenting captivating tales of great musicians and thinkers, saints and pagans, shepherd boys and choir boys, monks and ministers. And he accompanies each account with that carol's words and music. Unraveling the history of our seasonal soundtrack, Gant gives us music to play and sing wherever we want and tells the stories of everyone's favorites, from Hark the Herald Angels Sing and Away in a Manger to I Wonder as I Wander and The 12 Days of Christmas. The Carols of Christmas brims with anecdote, expert knowledge, and Christmas spirit, a joyous account of one of our beloved, best loved traditions. Mercy, can't read. So there we go. There's a Christmas one, and there's still time to read that kind of book. Last but not least, we'll throw. Oh no! We're gonna do the Yellow Book. Okay, so I have definitely recommended this before. This is a good one for the new year if you're looking for something to kind of like get you into that new year space. Growing Boldly, Dare to Build a Life You Love by Emily Ley. She is, this is Emily Ley of Simplified. I like all her books. And I have almost all of them. Not all of them, but I have almost all of them, including her cookbook. It's nothing. This is going to sound like I'm like minimizing her writing, and I don't mean to do this. You'll understand what I mean by this. Most of what I've read of hers is not like, oh my gosh, profound, mind blowing. Most of what she has written that I've read, I'm like, oh yeah, I knew that already. But it helps to be reminded. That's that her writing is that for me. It's not like brand new information necessarily, but the way she writes, her voice, it's very sweet, it's very kind, and like a friend who's just like reminding you of what I've forgotten or what I'm too stressed out to remember, that kind of stuff. So that's what her writing is to me. Anyway, Growing Boldly, Dare to Build a Life You Love. There's no back cover copy. So let me see. And what I like about her books is that they're so beautiful. They're very, very beautiful. And they're great gift books because you can write a to from situation there. And there is some journaling space. So there are places where you can journal. And then at the end of either is it every section or every chapter? Yeah. At the end of every chapter, there is a benediction and a reflection. And there might even be something else. A benediction. Yeah. Benediction and a reflection at the end of every chapter. So it's just really nice. I just like her writing and I like her books. I like how beautiful they are. I like how beautiful they are on the inside. It just has really nice books. Let's see. You plan to start the year with her Grace Not Perfection. I have that. Grace Not Perfection was a good book. And I believe there is a journal situation that goes with that book. I don't own it. I don't think. But yeah, I enjoyed that one too. Grace Not Perfection. All right, so there we go. She also has 2 devotionals. She has a morning one and an evening one. Those I've started both of them. I have not gone through both of them all the way through. Maybe I'll do that next year. But yeah, those are nice. Okay, you guys, that is our book stack. We've got mostly blue. Let's see. We have A Girl Called Samson. We have Tiffany. I think you asked me. Is it Tiffany or? Excuse me. I'm so sorry, Andrea. It was Andrea. You asked me what book might I start if I had the time. This one probably too. There are so many books I want to read at the same time, and I can't. The Ship of Brides. I'm actually interested to read that one as well. The Plan. Kendra Adachi. And The Carols of Christmas. And Growing Boldly. I'm only supposed to do 3 books. And here I am doing 5. But here's where we're at. My game, I make up the rules. Okay. Let's do a challenge. I'm going to let you all go. It is 9:00 on the dot. I've got a workout to do before I don't want to do it anymore. Excuse me. Got a workout to do before I don't want to do it anymore. We'll do this one. We've done this before, but I'm going to do this one again because it's December and we need it. It's December and we need it. All right. I've got 2 challenges for you guys. Okay. Before you go to bed, every day this week, before you go to bed, now you can write this down. You can say them out loud. You can just think them to yourself. I would encourage maybe a prayer accompany this. But before you go to bed, think of 3 positive things that happened that day. Okay. So end your day 3 positive things. Perhaps I would suggest also throwing a prayer of gratitude in there, right? You can write them down. It'd be really cool, actually, if you're the kind of person who tends to collect little notebooks and whatnot. You've got all kinds of notebooks and places to write things down. Why not keep one on your bedside so you can write down thoughts that come to you just randomly? Because I think one of the biggest lies of our adulthood is I'll remember that later. Oh, I'll remember it. No, you won't. No, you won't. That's a lie. That's a lie from the devil. You will not. Oh my goodness. I don't mean that totally literally, but pretty literally. In terms of you won't remember. I never remember the things I say I will. And then so many great ideas just fall off into the ether. Okay. Anyway, so keep a little notebook on your bedside table or whatever you've got for that kind of stuff. Plus, um, write down 3 positive things and then thank God for them. Your Nana used to do that. Keep a notepad on her nightstand. I'm just saying. Nana knew what was up. Listen, we can't. There's too much information to not give our brains a hand, to give them our best shot, right? Let's help our brains out. All right, second challenge would be to, and again, we've done this before, or I've suggested this before, name something small that feels luxurious and decadent. Okay, and then schedule time for it. It could be whatever you want. It doesn't have to be anything you buy. You don't have to spend money. Just something that feels luxurious and decadent, like an Epsom salt bath, a face mask, 15 minutes of reading your book, whatever it is, something that just treat yourself. Treat yourself this week with something small. Doesn't have to be big, doesn't have to be expensive. Just treat yourself. I'm going to tack on another one. I'm going to tack on another one related to it. If this applies, this may not apply, and that's okay. But find ways or a small way where you can treat somebody else. So a spouse, a child. If you have multiple children, please treat all of your children, not just one. A friend, right? You can do this over the phone. You can do it digitally. You can do it, in person, whatever. But just think about how, this is especially, I'm going to throw this in there for those of you who are married or maybe even dating somebody. This is especially important if you have a significant other and it's really, really busy and you're just kind of like ships passing in the night, right? Take time to treat your spouse, right? Take time to treat your significant other. Let's not let our schedules get so busy that we don't forget to be sweethearts. I believe in that 110,000%. We should still be sweethearts. An idea you often share to treat yourself. Oh, I love that. So to treat yourself on the date of your birthday every month. Okay, so if your birthday's on like mine's on the 14th, so every 14th of the month, you could treat yourself. Andrea, that is genius. When's the 14th? I don't have a calendar. Oh, I do have a calendar in front of me. That's next week. Oh, that's on Sunday. Oh my goodness. I love that. Y'all, we need to do that. Whenever date your birthday falls on, treat yourself every month on that day. I love that. Okay. All right. That is great advice. Okay. 72% dark chocolate candy. Oh, I love dark chocolate. I do have some chocolate that I put in our advent calendar, and I'm wondering if today is the day that we get chocolate. I don't know. Pumpkin pie ice cream. Ooh. Amish made pumpkin pie ice cream. My Lanta. Okay. You treat on all Mondays? Okay. I like that, Janet. But what kind of treat? What do Monday treats look like? What do Monday treats look like? Monday's the hardest day of the week for me because it's, right off the weekend. And this is why I started the Monday morning show to get myself out of bed early on a Monday. Reading while wearing fuzzy socks. I love that. I love that. Okay, you guys. I'm gonna have a quick prayer. I really need to go work out. I really need to go work out. Okay, so flowers, naps, special candy, a clean bathroom, oof, a new top, any okay, so it'll be anything that is a treat. Okay, so Mondays are treat days. Mondays are treat days, and then whatever date your birthday falls on. I like that. And you guys, those of you who've been with me for a while, you know, I give these ideas out. You don't have to do them perfectly. You don't have to tell anybody you did them. You don't have to you modify them however you want. You don't even have to do them that week. You can, carry them off into another week. Do what you want. These are just suggestions, right? Okay, Monday treats. And then birthday date treats. Is that okay? You know what? I'm gonna see about planning that for next year for my husband too, when his birthday date falls. And I'm not even gonna say. I'll just be extra nice out of nowhere and see if he catches on. He might not. He's not good at he's not good at noticing that kind of thing. But because he's usually my husband's very singularly focused. All right. You are so welcome. You are so, so welcome, Darlene. Okay, my pleasure. Let's have prayer and I'm going to let you guys go. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for simple pleasures. We're so grateful. We're so grateful that you're a creative, generous God that gives us opportunity for simple pleasures like dark chocolate and flowers and taking naps. And we're just so, so grateful. You didn't have to do that. And you did. And you continue to, even in the midst of darkness and chaos and challenges, you continually show up in small ways that remind us of how good and how gracious of a God you are. And so we thank you for that. I ask that you would be with all of us as we are heading into this new week, full of work and responsibilities and hopefully fun and joy. We're in the season of expectant waiting. And we just pray that we would keep this posture of expectation and longing for you as we contemplate the first Advent and what it means, and as we look forward to the second one. Father, you are so kind and loving toward us, and may we never forget what that means and what it costs you, and our responsibility to extend that to others. I also ask that you would be with anybody who is dealing with anything particularly challenging this week, this month, if there's any sorrow or grief, especially around this time of year. I know it can get very difficult for some people, and I just ask that you would wrap your arms around everyone who is struggling in any particular way, and that you would give peace and comfort and calm and people and resources if that's what is needed, or just a calmness of spirit and heart, Lord, that only you can give, that is unexplainable, and maybe even in otherworldly, Lord. I ask that you would keep us safe, that you would be with every family represented here, and that you would continue to walk with us as we make decisions, and that you would give us discernment, and that we would behave graciously and charitably to those around us, so that when people see us, they see children of the Most High King. We ask all of these things in the loving name of Jesus. Amen. All right. Let's see. What do I got here? Where do I receive DMs? The best place to DM me is on Instagram. You can also send me an email. That's not the best play. You can, but I'm not necessarily going to see it as quickly because my email is a little junky right now. But the best place to send me a DM is definitely Instagram. I have TikTok, but I'm rarely on there. I am unfortunately scrolling Instagram every single day of my life. Not proud of it, but that's where I'm at. So Instagram would be the place to be. Yeah, make sure I didn't miss anything else. All right, you guys have a wonderful Monday and a fantastic week. Lord willing, I will be back next Monday. I'm going to try not to miss any Mondays this week. Or this month, rather. You know how many Mondays are in a week? I'm just kidding. I'm going to try not to miss any more Mondays this month, Lord willing. So we've got 3 more. We've got 3 more, you guys. 3 more for the year. And then it'll be January. So have a wonderful day, a fantastic week. I will see you next week. Let me know if you need anything. I'll talk to you later. Bye.